Hi guys, TheMightyJohnFu here. Today I'm bringing you a Vegas Pro tutorial on what I think is the most effective method for speeding up clips, particularly for time lapses. So the reason I decided to make this is because from every YouTube tutorial or guide I've seen for speeding up clips, they all suggest the same method, and it's not really ideal for things like time lapses or if you need to speed the clip up further, so on. So I'll show you that method now. So you need to have your clip ready in the timeline. In this instance I'm using a clip from my satisfactory time-lapse video. As you can see, this is quite a long one. It's sitting at around 55 minutes long, and it's also eating up a chunk of my hard drive because it's a 4K clip. So the method I'm referring to, what you need to do, if you hold down left control, if you then drag the clip, if you drag it shorter, what will happen is it'll speed the clip up. If you make it longer, that will slow the clip down. But the problem is there's limitations to this. It's not such a bad thing if you're doing just basic things like slowing down a gaming clip or just things like that. It's not too bad. But if you're aiming to achieve a time lapse and you want it to be even faster, it's not really ideal. The other problems with this, to be honest, is that as well, look, if you notice, it's left me with another nearly 15 minutes of video, and I don't really want to make a long video like that. I only want it to be a couple of minutes long. The second issue with it, I find, is that you can't really put any keyframes in it. So you couldn't, for example, make this part fast, slow this part down, so on. You'd have to chop the clip up like this, and then, I don't know, say if you got that clip at the desired speed, if you want this one to be faster or slower, you'd then have to chop it again, make it faster or slower, and then, return back to normal. It's just not ideal. So this is where velocity envelopes come in extremely useful. So if we right click on the clip, and then scroll down the list, we'll notice there is an insert/remove envelope category. If you highlight that and select velocity, we'll notice it's left a nice green line on our clip. So if we navigate to the left of it, what we'll see is a green keyframe, just that little pointy bit there. So if we right click on that, that'll then give us our option to select the velocity, which is the speed of the clip. So maximum forward velocity would be the very fastest you can go. Normal velocity would be the speed that your clip's currently at. Zero velocity would pause the clip. So if I selected that, that would then freeze the very first frame of the clip. And that's all it would be. So if I press play, that would just be one frozen frame. And obviously reverse velocity is the clip reversed. So you can have some fun with this. If I just show you now, for example, this clip at the speed we've got it when we shortened it from holding left control, that's going, it's still passing time, but it's taking 12 minutes to get there. If we put that at max velocity now, by right clicking the keyframe, maximum forward velocity, and then if we notice now, there's a bunch of markers, like blue markers at the top of this clip. And what's happening there is, because the clip is so fast, this is the full clip, and when it's hitting those markers, the clip's looping and repeating on itself. There we go, the clip starts again. I'll just zoom in and go back there. You'll notice the position of the sun. So as that ends, it restarts right again. It's looping all that time because that was the length of the clip, and it's just filling in the gaps after the clip's finished. So, you'd have to mess with this, and depending on how long you want your video, depends on what settings you need to put in there. But if you want to enter keyframes, so it speeds up at certain points and slows down at certain points. An example of this in my intro, if you rewatch my intro and you look at the smoke that's near the name, what I've done there is just sped it up and slowed it down using these keyframes, just so it matches with the music. So what you need to do, if you just highlight there somewhere, anywhere you want to change the speed of the clip, if you right click and add point, and then you could obviously change whatever velocity you want that to be, or you could drag it downwards. The problem with that is it's arcing, it's gradually getting to that speed. If you don't want that to happen, add another point. If you then drag that point and bring it up top and make it there, you see how it's a square? It just drops down there. Sorry, not a square, but see how it's straight? When it gets to that point, it will immediately change to that speed, and that's essentially how you achieve it. If you want to go back, add another keyframe, or even another one, and then drag that second one up here, and that's essentially how you do it. So that's pretty much the tutorial, guys. That's what I found useful with speeding up clips, and that's probably the best way you're going to do it on Vegas. If you can find a better way, just leave me a comment or something in the comments, of course. But thank you for watching, I appreciate it. Leave a like and a sub if you do like it. I can bring plenty more tutorials if you want. I've got a fair few tips for Vegas, so I'll be happy to do that. Take care, guys. All the best.